Hear ye, sentence variety. What's the big deal? Improving writing effectiveness through sentence variety. So have you ever felt like your writing was absolutely stuck in a rut, that it lacked the pizzazz, the energy, the uniqueness, the life that is so desperately needed? Is your writing putting not only others but also you to sleep? Well, if your answer to these questions is a quick, hearty, and unequivocal yes, don't feel bad. Why? Because you are not alone. Many people near and far face this very issue. Don't feel bad. Why? Because help has arrived. In this issue of the Street Journal, Writing Issue, learn how to spice up your writing through sentence variety. With an understanding of the 4 types of sentences, clauses, and phrases, you'll be well on your way to putting some life in your writing. What did you just say to me? I said, with an understanding of the 4 types of sentences, clauses, and phrases, you'll be well on your way to putting some life in your writing. Say what? Yes, sir, you heard it correctly. Through an understanding and application of the 4 types of sentences, your writing is about to improve by leaps and bounds. You can thank me later. I'm so excited. You should be. And I'm excited for you and for the countless readers of your future writing who will appreciate your writing's new vitality. Let's get started. The 4 types of sentences. The 4 types of sentences based on the number of independent and dependent clauses they contain. There are 4 types of sentences: simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. By understanding what constitutes each type of sentence and then incorporating a variety of sentences into your writing will improve overall. The following chart indicates how many independent clauses, ICs, and dependent clauses, DCs, each sentence type contains. Types of sentences. Simple, 1 IC and 0 DCs. Compound, 2 or more ICs and 0 DCs. Complex, 1 IC and 1 or more DCs. Compound complex, 2 or more ICs and 1 or more DCs. Wait a minute, what on earth are ICs and DCs? ICs and DCs are the 2 types of clauses. Let's talk about clauses. A clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. A group of words that does not contain a subject and a verb is a phrase, such as a prepositional phrase, but we'll deal with phrases in the next issue. There are 2 types of clauses, independent clauses and dependent clauses. An independent clause is a group of words containing a subject and a verb and can stand alone. A dependent clause is a group of words containing a subject and a verb, but cannot stand alone. Okay, so let's look at some examples. I went to the store is a clause because it contains a subject and a verb, right? Right. When I went to the store is also a clause because it contains a subject and a verb, right? Right. Because I went to the store can stand alone, what kind of clause is it? Independent or dependent? That's right. Independent. It doesn't depend on anything else to make sense. It makes sense by itself. And since when I went to the store cannot stand alone, what kind of clause is it? You got it. It's dependent. It depends on a missing part, clause, of this sentence, an independent clause, to make sense. We're on a roll now. Here comes the fun. Fun with dependent clauses. Woobus. Repeat after me. Woobus. Say it again. Woobus. Doesn't saying that just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? It's fun to say, isn't it? As silly as it may sound, the acronym AAAWWUBBIS, pronounced Woobus, is an effective mnemonic device that will help you remember the words, the subordinating conjunctions that often begin dependent clauses, and ultimately help you add some creativity to the sentences that you write. So I know you can hardly wait to know what Woobus stands for, right? Okay, let's go. Woobus stands for after, although, as, when, while, until, before, because, if, and since. It is important to know that the 10 words of a Woobus are not a complete list of subordinating conjunctions, but knowing and using these 10 common ones in creative ways in your writing can be very beneficial. Let's look at some examples. Putting the learning into practice. Your writing will be more effective if you learn to incorporate different kinds of sentences into your writing. By using a variety of sentence types, you can make your writing more interesting and control a reader's reaction. For instance, the author of a horror story might use long, complex sentences to establish a mood and then a short, simple sentence to frighten the reader. Example, As Susan walked energetically down the rain-soaked street, the happy sounds of crickets and frogs seemed to chirp in tune to her steps. Suddenly, the sounds of the night stopped. The first of these two sentences is a complex sentence that creates the mood of happiness, a not a care in the world attitude. The second sentence is a short, simple sentence that breaks the mood. Something potentially frightening has happened. As you can see, by creatively composing the 4 types of sentences, the writer, you, can control the audience's mood. So that's it for this issue of the Street Journal writing issue. In the next issue, we'll dive more into compound, complex, and compound complex sentences. Until then, put to practice in your writing what you have learned so far. Thanks for your time.